All right, episode 5 of season 3. We are halfway through with this season, and the stakes just got higher. That fade to black at the end of this episode was like, oh no, what's gonna happen? I can't, no. Um, all right, let's back it up a little bit. I don't do spoiler free, so if you haven't watched the episode yet, go watch it, come back. Brother Day, and I'm gonna try to hopefully not screw up their names here. Brother Day is down in Mycogen. He makes it down there. He's on his bike. He takes the bike through the depths. He gets assaulted by a group of armed individuals. They pull him off the bike. They beat him up. They pull the mask off. It's not him. He paid an old man to wear the armor and drive the bike in. We see him back in an alleyway smirking, and he goes and then ducks into the darkness, and that's all we see of him for the whole episode. And I'm like, no, because it's been my favorite storyline this season has been the rebellion of Day, and what is he going to do? I don't know, because that was it. We then spend a little bit of time with Hober Malek's descendant as they come out of hyperspace and realize, or they come out of their jump hyperspace. I'm on a Star Wars kick recently. They come out of jump space and their ship is completely damaged, and they realize that the only place they can jump to is Haven, which is the last place in the worlds that he wants to go because that's where he came from. And that's the planet where his uncle lives, and his uncle is the grandson of Hober Mallow, and he's tried to distance himself from that family, but he ends up back there. And this is where we have this sort of um, expose of Mallow's descendant and his wife, specifically his wife, realizing that the musician is the key to the mule being able to dominate so many people, and knowing that they have that, she thinks that they can get in good with the Foundation again, as traders. And so she convinces the uncle to come along with her and her husband, to take the musician to the Foundation. And meanwhile, Han has been put into prison by the Foundation for stealing the Foundation leader's ship. More to come on that note. Those are like the side stories. The main story in this week's episode has to deal with Dawn and Gale. So at the end of last episode, Dawn went off with Gale in a ship. Now she takes him to the planet where the council makes their votes, and she tells him that the only way we're going to defeat the mule is we have to convince the council to put this barrier in place. And the only way we're going to do that, because the vote already failed before, she's like, you're going to have to blackmail one of the counselors to convince him, um, to vote in your favor to put this enclosure in place around the planet that the mule is on. And he does. She helps him sneak into this guy's office. While he's there, he blackmails him. The guy's got his wife and child on the planet that they're going to blockade. He's livid, but the emperor, well, he's not quite emperor yet. But Dawn basically tells him, you're going to do it no matter what. Turns out the guy has a prostitute there while this is going on. And in order to just preserve everything, Dawn shoots the prostitute, which kind of cements in this guy's head that Dawn is serious. And then Dawn gets back to the ship. Then they go to the vote. The vote happens. The blackmailed counselor votes in his favor. And as a result, all the votes fall in line, and they vote to put this enclosure in place around the planet where the mule is. Or where they thought the mule was. Because the fleet arrives, the enclosure gets put in place, and as they are there, the council and everything, here comes a communication from the mule. And he basically sits there and gloats about how you guys thought I would be there. What idiots! But I've left a surprise for you, blue cobalt. And the jump gate at that point, he left a surprise, and this blue cobalt basically sends a signal. He basically blows up the sun, blows up the jump gate, blows up the fleet, and blows up the planet, kills however many countless millions, billions, destroys the fleet. The council is in a panic, and Gale is like, come on, Dawn, we got to get you out. And he runs and runs, and he gets to this airlock, and he's putting on this spacesuit, and then he has this epiphany. He's like, did Gale use me? And he opens up a line of communications with her, and he's like, did you lie to me? And she admits that she did, that this was all a plan, that she knew this was going to happen, or at least she suspected. And she reveals to him that the only way they're ever going to be able to beat the Mule is if they follow Harry Seldon's predictions, which is Foundation must be stronger than Empire. And so, in order to weaken Empire, she had to destroy the fleet and allow the Mule to gain this temporary advantage to lure him into the trap that she is setting, which is essentially, now that the fleet is done, the Cleons are scattered to the wind, the Council is going to take control of the Empire, and they're going to make gestures towards the Mule. The Mule is going to take control. He's going to specifically go to Trantor because he wants to control everything. He's going to go to Trantor. Once he's gone to Trantor, Foundation is going to sweep in, pick up the remains, take control of all the breadbasket planets, and starve the Mule out. So her enclosure is. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. A long game, and they're going to enclose Trantor. But in order for that to work, she had to deceive Dawn to make this happen. And he is livid at the thought that he was betrayed by Gale, cuts off communication with her, and he's standing there deciding what to do in this airlock where he was supposed to meet Gale, and turns around to find the senator that he blackmailed, the counselor, whoever he is. I don't know if the titles here, senator, etc., holding a gun pointed at his head. The guy's weeping. Because of you, I killed my wife and child, all for nothing. And he takes a shot at Dawn. Dawn ducks to the side. The airlock bursts. The guy goes flying out. But then Dawn flies out as well, but he's in a spacesuit. But as he goes, we have this flashback sort of sequence to this recorded message that he sent to Empire Dusk, saying he was sorry for his actions. And then he ended on the note of, and I didn't write it down, but it was something along the lines of, hopefully I see you again wherever it is that tyrants go when they die. And I was like, oh shit, did Dawn just eat it? I don't know that he did. And here's why I don't know if he did. Because as this is happening, we go to Gale, who's piloting the ship away from here, and we hear the airlock alarm goes off, and she goes running through the ship like, Day, Day. And she gets there only to find that Demerzel herself has boarded the ship, and Demerzel is like, well, Gale, it's good to see you. You're looking remarkably well for your centuries of age. And then it fades to black, and I'm just like, oh no. But also, I don't know that Demerzel will let Day die. But I don't know, because did he die? We didn't see him die. We see him get sucked out the airlock, but he was in a spacesuit. And technically, Gale is still in the system. So we have to wait till next week to find out. But oh my god, what a banger of an episode. Love to hear your thoughts. Drop them down below. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, everybody, stay safe. Happy watching.